You can dump that one out in that other trough. Yeah, just dump it in there. You need help? There you go. Put some all the way in the end. Good job. Y'all hungry this morning? All right, I'll carry these over here. You fill that one up and put it in that trough closest to us, okay?
This one?
Yep. You can put it in that one, avoid where that big crack is in the middle of it. Yeah, y'all don't need to be morons. Well, good morning from a beautiful West Tennessee today here. What's today, the 3rd of October? 4th of October. But yeah, getting some calves fed and checked here early this morning. I'm one short, pretty sure I know which one it is. I think it's number 36. Two of them looked pretty rough on Thursday morning, and y'all have to ignore the dinging. And no, me putting on my seatbelt won't stop it. There's a sensor that's bad, and I'm not gonna wear my seatbelt when I'm just driving around the pasture, especially when I'm gonna stop that anyway. But anyway, treated one of them yesterday morning, darted him with a dose of Macrocin. Other one I'm worried about because they both just, they were just lethargic, kind of hanging off, not coming up to the feed bunks. Now the one we treated yesterday, he's back at the feed bunk. So maybe it's coincidence, maybe we did something right, but love to find that other one. This farm's just, well, this pasture they're in is about 50, 60 acres, and about, I don't know, a third of that is timber and thickets, and if he's hiding somewhere and doesn't want to be found, we ain't gonna find him. Uh-oh, phone call. Don't remember what I was saying when I got interrupted by the phone call, but now, so still, everybody's accounted for but one. And yeah, I'm afraid his issue isn't that he's gotten out or anything, but that, yeah, something potentially more serious wrong with him. But we did have calves get out actually on Wednesday, not long after I quit filming. Hauled a load of hay to my uncle, got back home, had like 2 hours before ball practice. I was like, man, it's gonna be an easy evening, relax for a little while. I was gonna jump on the four-wheeler, go check mama cows there at home one more time. And phone rang, cows are out. Oh crap. So shout out to neighbors, both Mark and Matt, let me know and even helping me get them back in. Got them back in, not too much trouble, but yeah, that's why we loaded up fencing supplies. We're gonna go patch. I'll kind of show you where I think they got out, and then, well, where they got back in probably needs to be fixed more than where they got out, because in typical fashion, they didn't come right back in the same exact spot. Okay, so what we think those calves did the other day, about 99% certain. They came out underneath this water gap here in this ditch. As you can see, there's been a lot of foot traffic. They like to get down in here and drink this water, these spring-fed ditches. You can see it's not really too much opportunity for them to get out right there. Well, one of those sticks or limbs, whatever, broken off. and washed down here with the big rain, had this all propped up like that. And so those, you know, little mischievous things just walked right out and under. I'm sitting here as I'm looking, water's still awfully muddy over there on the wrong side of the fence. So are they still coming and going? I don't think so, because since we fixed back that that spot, and of course I knew getting them to come back in that way was probably gonna be a challenge.
Like 3 times before.
Right. We took the fence down over here in a spot, and about 13 out, about 10 of them came right back in where I took the fence down. 2 or 3 others went on up just a little way and kind of jumped over and through the fence. So the fence is pretty old, dilapidated. We had kind of made out, you know, in our minds a few years ago, I was like, all right, I'm gonna just go around the entire property with lighting. I mean, there's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I mean, spots because it's been patched on. All right, we're gonna run like 4 just new wires with the existing wires. Well, we hadn't made good progress on doing that. So we're just gonna do that at least here for this stretch, because it's, one, I took it down and kind of halfway got it back up and didn't have any tools with me. And then 2, where they jumped back in, they kind of stretched and maybe even broke a wire. But yeah, we'll see if we can get that done. Okay, so we ended up running just 2 new wires. Had wanted to run at least 3, but ran out of wire. I should have thought about that, but I kind of ran a stretch from, where I totally did, from the ditch, coming up out of the ditch there, all the way up and on top of this next ridge where we got a couple of wood post braces that I could stretch to. And so by the time you did that twice, yeah, and I didn't have just a partial roll of wire to begin with. Yeah, if we come back with another one, like right in here between those 2 old wires, I think I'd be in real good shape. Y'all hold me to it this winter, this fall, this winter, whatever, early next spring, on days when, yeah, you're not in hayfield, obviously, you're not doing anything else real pressing, weather's decent, it's not blazing hot, then just come down here and just run 3 or 4 new wires all along this fence where old wire is. It's more visible. I mean, obviously, y'all can see here, you can see that relatively shiny new wire a whole lot better than you can that rusted old wire. 2, if a, you know, relatively small, you know, limb or whatever breaks off out of a tree and hits that old wire, I mean, that stuff's just rotten and just, you know, it's on the ground. Or if it hits this newer wire, a lot of times it'll catch it, maybe just stretch it a little bit. Anyway, all right, bud, let's load back up. It's only about 9:15. We got a bunch more stuff to do. Probably gonna be a little bit of a late start getting in the hayfield, although there is a breeze blowing, but big dew. I mean, sunrise isn't until basically 7 o'clock right now, so just shorter days. Tell you what, you carry the wire since it's light this time, I'll carry the post driver. Sound good? All right. Trying to keep him entertained. Got back home, I was looking, because I thought we might have another roll of wire in here. I don't think we do, and I do remember at some point, I don't even know where we were working on fence, we had loaded a new wire on that unroller, so probably do need to grab another one of those next time we're at the farm store, or another 2 or 3 really even. Probably need to do that sooner rather than later so that we can, yeah, patch fence next time we need to. We got a little wire, you know, if we just had to patch a little spot. But also had a question, I believe it's from Jimmy, in the comments on a previous video, what kind of mineral we're feeding. There it is right there. This is from, well, it says manufactured for. I don't know if it's manufactured in Kentucky, but yeah, Triple Trust. You can see their logo there. Just 16-8 mineral, just a basic mineral, as you see, for beef cattle and pasture. Just a general mineral note, nothing medicated or anything. That's pretty much the basic type of mineral that we will feed year-round, other than early in the spring when we got that spring flush. Oftentimes it's that same brand, but we'll do a high mag just to avoid grass tetany. So anyway, all right, it is now about 10 o'clock. How about we ride back here and check the cows? Hadn't done that today yet. Then we need to get the rake hooked up. And I don't know, I figure, don't be pouring my coffee out. It'll be, yeah, maybe about noon before the dew's good and dried off and we can start raking. We want to get done and just relax and watch a little football this evening, don't we? All right, four-wheeler's up at the house, so we got to walk up there and get it, and we'll go check cows. Well, hey, if you don't want to walk up to the house with me, you can go and walk over and open the gate. How about that? And I'll pick you up when I ride by. Well, I think that'll probably be the next cow to calve, number 65. Maybe not. Usually when I say that, it doesn't end up being that way. But yeah, and I was also been talking about how we've been putting out this hay, but the cows really haven't been eating it, or been pretty slow to eat it. Well, it's Saturday morning. We put out that hay Wednesday evening. As you can see, they worked on it pretty good. So they're fine right now. Probably by tomorrow, maybe tomorrow afternoon, we'll need to put out a couple more rolls of hay, don't you think? The wean calves are just up the hill up there. So I think the cows may be hanging around here a little more. So that may have prompted them to maybe eat a little more these last few days. But all right, we need to ride around and find at least those other three, number 7, number 41, number 73. Those are the others.
We found number 7 the other day.
We did. 41 I don't think is very close. 7 or 65, which is that one right there, could be the next one to calve. And yeah, just because I say that, it'll probably end up being 73. We'll lay eyes on everybody.
This way a little.
Good job, bud. Okay, we got her all raked up. Just getting started rolling. I guess we need our prediction. It's going to be pretty sad in terms of yield. Just hadn't had any water really to speak of, and then no fertilizer either. So, which wouldn't have made much sense to fertilize if it wasn't going to rain. 18. I'm gonna say 18. I don't know. I don't even know I didn't even look back at my notes to see what our yield was on these same patches of hay first go around, but it's gonna be less than that for sure. So we'll see. Whatever we get, we'll make a little cow feed, like always. Be happy for whatever it turns out as. So we'll listen to a little football on the radio and roll some hay. What about it, Willis? Sound good? Well, Willis, do you have any questions about what we're doing? You were asking questions earlier, and I got to thinking, I was like, some of that may be interesting for the audience. They may have some of the same questions. Do you have anything you want to ask?
I don't remember them.
Well, do you have any new questions? All right, no new questions. Well, we have made 7 rolls. I don't know, we may not get to 18. I don't know. I'd still say right in that range is about accurate. The hay's pretty, it's just not a lot of it. Seems like we've said that a few times this year. Are you enjoying this? You're not? Yeah, this tractor, not as comfortable. It's got the kind of the base model cab, nobody seat, just a little tighter quarters, so I agree. It's more fun when you've got your own seat. How about you do the steering? Just drive us down this wind road. There you go. Bales up to 47 inches. So it won't be long here, we'll have to dump it. Yeah, you're doing good. Here, I'll get us turned around at the end row. We'll get us going back the other direction. And I'm gonna say we might make a roll before we get to the end of that next row, but I doubt it. All right, you can take over again. Get over that way a little bit. Yep, things are going good. You see the baler good when we're going this direction. When we turn around and we're headed back east and we're looking back into that sun in the west, as dusty as it is, you can't see a thing. Yeah, not going to make a roll quite yet. That's our warning that we're getting close, though. Set that back down. Yeah, our forks on the front hit that little sapling on the edge of the field. You think it's going to get to 58 before we get to the end of this row? It's a pretty short row, I agree. Oh, it's going to be so close.
Just like.
Tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it before we get over here and start the next. Made it to 57.5 inches. Well, we can dump on the go before we start picking up again, filling it back up. All right, we're just about done with this little field, and then we'll have 2 more little tiny fields and 1 more decent sized field. And then we'll be having a cold drink and watching football. How's that sound? All right, so 14 and a half. If I was trying to be generous, I'd say we had 15 rolls just to make it seem like my prediction was a little closer than it actually was. But yeah, we just had like a 40-inch roll to finish up. But we got it done. Got done right at 5 o'clock. Hey, I know y'all been looking at this good-looking shirt. Kind of red, white, and blue. Go with the red, white, and blue bayonet wrap. AgGearStore.com. 15% off with the discount code Hurricane. Hey, they got lots of good stuff. I was on a call with them just a few nights ago. All new like outerwear line coming out. It's obviously getting cool, or will be before too long. Which, hey, this morning it was like, I think overnight low was like 57. Perfect. Had the sleeves rolled down, kept me cool, or kept me warm. And then now that we're in the 80s, keeping me cool. But yeah, we still need to feed those calves down there, Willis. Need to run to the store real quick, and then we're gonna throw some steaks and shrimp on the grill. How does that sound? Okay, you don't sound super excited. But yeah, y'all check back with us next time, of course. Gonna cut the Bermuda grass. I don't know that we'll be doing that in the next video. It's kind of a tentative plan, talking with our neighbor that's gonna square bale some of that. But there's actually some rain in the forecast. I think like 70% chance for like Monday and Tuesday. So maybe by the end of the week he'll cut some. Of course, we're gonna cut in here. It'll have to be either Wednesday or next weekend. We'll see. Who knows? Only thing that stays the same with our plans is that they're always changing. Yeah, we need to move some of this hay home. We got baled. Won't take long, considering we rolled, I'd say 14 and a half, but 1.5 of them are right here on the driveway. So won't be too much of a chore there. But yeah, we got to get those calves processed that we're about to go feed. Of course, do some other odds and ends. But we appreciate y'all watching. Y'all eat beef and God bless.